The silver Honda Civic pulled into the gleaming lot of Prestige Motors on a bright Tuesday morning. Maya Thompson stepped out, wearing jeans and a simple blue sweater, her natural hair pulled back in a ponytail. The luxury cars sparkled under the morning sun like precious jewels. BMWs, Mercedes, and Audis lined the showroom floor beyond the glass windows. Maya walked toward the main entrance, her sneakers quiet against the polished concrete. Inside, three salespeople chatted near the reception desk. Their eyes followed her movement, whispers passing between them. One man in a gray suit shook his head slowly. Another woman crossed her arms, frowning. They had already made their decision about this visitor before she even spoke a single word. Rick Martinez, the sales manager, approached Maya with a dismissive smirk. "Look, lady, I think you might be in the wrong place. These cars start at $60,000. Maybe try the used car lot down the street." Maya smiled politely. "I'd like to see your luxury sedans, please." "Listen, we don't have time for tire kickers," Rick sneered. "These aren't rental cars you can just browse through." Saleswoman Jennifer Walsh joined in, rolling her eyes. "Seriously, do you even have a credit score? We run background checks here." The receptionist, Tom Bradley, laughed loudly. "She probably walked here from the bus stop." Maya stood calmly, her hands clasped behind her back, watching each face carefully. She memorized their names from their badges, noting every cruel word. Security guard Dave Collins stepped forward, his hand resting on his radio. "Ma'am, I think it's time for you to leave before we have a problem here." Maya reached into her purse and pulled out a business card, placing it gently on Rick's desk. "Actually, I'm Maya Thompson, Chief Executive Officer of Thompson Automotive Group. I own this dealership." The color drained from Rick's face as he read the card. His hands began to shake. Jennifer's mouth fell open, her eyes wide with terror. Tom stumbled backward, knocking over a coffee cup that crashed to the floor. "Oh no, oh no, oh no," Jennifer whispered, covering her face with her hands. Dave's radio slipped from his grip, clattering loudly on the tile floor. Rick tried to speak but only managed stuttering sounds. The entire showroom fell silent except for the sound of heavy breathing and Jennifer's quiet sobbing. Maya watched them all with steady, calculating eyes. Maya pulled out her phone and dialed quickly. "Sarah, it's Maya. I need you at Prestige Motors immediately. Bring the legal team and pull all security footage from the past 6 months." Within 30 minutes, Sarah Kim arrived with 3 attorneys and a tablet filled with data. "Maya, we've been monitoring customer complaints. This location has the highest discrimination reports in our entire network." Maya nodded grimly. "Show me the footage." The tablet screen revealed disturbing patterns. A young black father turned away while shopping for his daughter's first car. An elderly Hispanic woman ignored for 2 hours while white customers received instant attention. A Middle Eastern businessman told to leave despite having cash in hand. "There's more," Sarah continued, scrolling through files. 27 complaints filed with corporate in 4 months. All describing similar treatment from the same staff members. Attorney Michael Rogers stepped forward. "We have enough evidence for immediate action. This violates federal civil rights laws." Rick tried to approach Maya, his voice desperate. "Please, Mrs. Thompson, we can explain." "Silence," Maya commanded, her voice cutting through the air like a blade. "You explained enough through your actions." Maya stood tall in the center of the showroom, her voice clear and authoritative. "Rick Martinez, Jennifer Walsh, Tom Bradley, and Dave Collins, you are terminated immediately. Security will escort you from the premises." Sarah handed termination letters to each former employee. Rick pleaded desperately, "Please, I have a family to feed. You should have thought about that before denying service to families who looked different from you." Maya replied firmly. Within hours, Maya implemented new protocols. All staff will undergo mandatory diversity training. We're partnering with local community colleges for inclusive hiring practices. By evening, news crews gathered outside. Maya faced the cameras confidently. Today we discovered unacceptable behavior at this location. We've taken swift action to ensure every customer receives equal treatment, regardless of race, ethnicity, or appearance. Reporter Lisa Chan asked, "What message does this send?" Discrimination has no place in business or society. We will hold ourselves accountable and create positive change in our community. 3 weeks later, Prestige Motors buzzed with new energy. Maya hired Maria Santos, a bilingual sales specialist, and James Washington, a veteran with excellent customer service skills. The diverse team welcomed every visitor with genuine respect. Local news featured the dealership's transformation. Customer satisfaction scores reached record highs. Young people from different backgrounds applied for positions, inspired by Maya's leadership. Standing in her renovated showroom, Maya smiled as she watched Maria help a young couple find their dream car. The father shook Maria's hand gratefully, his children playing nearby. "Change is possible," Maya whispered to Sarah. "When we stand up for what's right, we create hope for everyone." The dealership had become more than a business. It was proof that justice could triumph over prejudice.